Rajasthan Royals versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. Delhi Capitals versus the Kolkata Knight Riders. What a doubleheader it promised to be at the Dream 11 IPL 2020. In the end, it was the two teams that have never won the IPL before that came out victorious. Let's take a look at the day that was with me, Adarsh, on AB's Cricket Diary.
The Rajasthan Royals look more balanced with their final 11 when compared to the RCB. So I'm going with the Rajasthan Royals. Now KKR have a brilliant bowling lineup with Cummins up front and Narayan at the death. They look really strong. I'm going with the KKR.
The teams that I think are going to pick up points tomorrow are the Rajasthan Royals and the Delhi Capitals. I'm taking it as a consolation. I at least got one of my predictions right.
Rajasthan Royals versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. If Bangalore gets their team combination right, I'm going with Bangalore. Game number 2 between Delhi Capitals and Kolkata Knight Riders. I'm going with the Delhi Capitals. You know what this is? L for losers. Game 1 of the doubleheader between Rajasthan and Bangalore saw Steve Smith win the toss, opting to bat first, but no one really came to the party except for Mahipal Lomror, who scored 47 of 39 deliveries. Yuzi Chahal once again was magic with the ball, picking up 3 for 24, as RCB was required to chase down 154, which they did quite comfortably in the end, with their sensational opener, Devdutt Padikkal, scoring a gorgeous half-century. And Virat Kohli has some bad news for his rivals, because he announced himself with a 72, which was extremely well-paced. It was Game 2, Delhi Capitals versus Kolkata Knight Riders at Sharjah. What do you expect in Sharjah? A run feast, of course. The Delhi Capitals helped themselves to a massive 228 of their 20 overs, with Prithvi Shaw scoring 66 and Shreyas Iyer was on fire, scoring 88 of just 38 deliveries. Dre Russ was the pick of the bowlers for the Kolkata Knight Riders with 2 for 29 of his 4 overs. The Kolkata Knight Riders kept themselves interested in the hunt from time to time, but really, a little too much was asked of Nitish Rana, Owen Morgan and Rahul Tripathi. Nitish Rana top scored with 58, while Anrik Nortje was the pick of the bowlers, picking up 3 for 33. Eventually, the Knight Riders fell short by 18 runs.
Virat Kohli was at his tactical best today, bowling as many as 4 bowlers in the power play and got Samson, Butler and Smith out. And really, he never gave Rajasthan's batsmen the chance to settle, and it was almost the game right there. And for KKR, Morgan and Tripathi really revived their innings when it looked like DC were running away with it. But then, Nortje's 19th over, where he picked up Morgan, the game was over right there. Padikkal was fearless today against Rajasthan Royals, facing the likes of Jofra Archer. And what his calm and composure after that did was give Kohli, and it doesn't happen too often, but Kohli was given the leeway to take his time to settle and then tee off at the end, seeing the chase through. It happened in the second game where Shreyas Iyer stood up and took on the challenge of facing KKR's bowlers. And he took them to the cleaners, switching gears at the right moment, and gave Delhi Capitals a massive total that they could contend with. know you've sort of got an advantage over Rajasthan Royals if you have their top three batsmen out. And it happened in RCB's game today where they had all three, Samson, Butler and Smith, back in the pavilion within 6 overs. And even in the second game, if you see, Narayan has been a disappointment as an opener so far for KKR. And his failures have just added pressure onto that middle order where even Dinesh Karthik is struggling. What KKR's thinking was in sending Rahul Tripathi, who is a specialist batsman at number 8. I mean, even below Pat Cummins, or even for that matter, Russell at number 4, when you have someone like Morgan in your ranks who has already shown his prowess throughout the tournament so far. And in the end, if Morgan had enough time, you know, how the game ended, you think that KKR would have even chased this total down.
The two winning captains of the day, Virat Kohli and Shreyas Iyer, showed us exactly what it was to lead by example. They were astute on the field with their bowling changes and field placements, and when it was their time to bat, they let their bat do the talking. Great leaders don't tell you what to do, they show you how it's done. Doubleheader Sunday coming up.
The Mumbai Indians take on the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now both these teams are equally matched on the table. They'll want to win and take that lead. The impact players for SRH. Number 1 is David Warner. Now he looks like he's loaded his gun the last game. He'll want to fire in this game. Number 2 is Kane Williamson, the Superman and the good luck charm. Number 3, Rashid Khan. One word, unplayable. The impact players for Mumbai Indians. Number 1 is Rohit Sharma. He loved the short boundaries. This ground will suit his game amazingly. Number 2 is Kieran Pollard. Now no ground is too big for this man. On that ground, he can chase any total. Number 3 is Jasprit Bumrah. Yorkers Bumrah, Yorkers, get those in. Chennai Super Kings take on the Kings 11 Punjab. The experienced MSD versus the young gun KL Rahul. Now will the wise veteran win or will the young gun fire? Let's wait and watch. The impact players for Chennai Super Kings. Number 1 is Faf du Plessis. He is striking the ball really well. He looks in great form. Number 2 is Sam Curran. Now he's putting his heart out there for the team. He will want to taste success. Number 3 is Imran Tahir, the spin wizard. He'll want to get a game. The impact players for Kings 11 Punjab. Number 1 is KL Rahul, the captain, the orange cap holder. He'll want to lead from the front. Number 2, Mayank Agarwal, pure class and brilliance. Number 3, Mohammad Shami. He's bowling real quick and he's hitting the right spots. My prediction, I choose SRH. My prediction for the game, I choose the Kings 11 Punjab. They look more fitter and more stronger on the field.
I'm backing the Mumbai Indians and Kings 11 Punjab to pick up wins tomorrow.
Mumbai versus Hyderabad. Mumbai's got greater depth in their batting, greater depth in their bowling. Their middle order looks solid. They can fire. They can change the course of the game on any given Sunday. Punjab versus Chennai. I think Punjab looks the fitter side. They look the younger side, and honestly, they look the hungrier side. But you never know. You can never rule out MSD magic. But I'm still going with Punjab. So after 4 games each in the tournament so far, this is what the standings look like. It's Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai and Hyderabad right on top that make the top 4. And of course you have Kolkata, Rajasthan, Punjab and Chennai who are languishing at the bottom 4. Chennai has its work cut out. Punjab I think will definitely move up the rankings sooner than later. I see them as a potential top 4 well, the rest of the teams really there isn't much to choose from. It's very, very evenly contested and it's going to be a mad IPL. That's for sure. Out of the predictions that I have here, Uttarala Sujan Kumar was the only one to get it right, who called RCB and DC as the winners. Akhil Raut says there's so much quality content, especially the editing. Your channel deserves more views. Anyways, all the best. Akhil, man, I love you. Thank you, Akhil. Thank you for those kind words. It means a lot. Thanks for all the support, guys. I came across this very interesting, heartwarming tweet by this account called Devdutt Padikkal. Rings a bell? I'm sure it does. He's become a household name now. So he puts up a post on Twitter saying passion, purpose, and progress. It's a picture of a young, probably 14 or 15-year-old Devdutt Padikkal with his idol Virat Kohli. And on the side, next to it, is a picture of Virat Kohli hugging Devdutt Padikkal. They won the match for RCB today. Together, Devdutt Padikkal has already scored 350s in this tournament and he's announced himself. What a moment it is for this young man. So stoked, he's got a brilliant future ahead. I wish him all the very best. And on that note, I shall take your leave. Thank you for being with me on another episode of AB's Cricket Diary. And I shall see you soon. Peace.